Hi, on to Viva's Canadian journey. Thank you so much for watching. So we're in November 2025. It's nearly the end of the year. And if you keep in touch with all things Immigration Canada, you know that towards the end of the year, the immigration scene starts to get very exciting. New measures are put in place, new policies come into place or are expected to come into place the next year. So for 2026, there's some new policies, some new measures that we're going to discuss that today. So if you're thinking of coming to Canada in 2026, then this is for you. You don't want to miss it. You want to watch to the end. So let's get started. So if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. It's very easy to do so. Just hit the subscribe button and don't forget to press the bell icon. So real quick, one of the reasons I'm talking about this today is because during the course of the week, someone emailed me, sent me an email like, Biba, I don't know what to do. My application has been cancelled. Now, if you have been watching the news, you know that the Ontario government suspended their skilled trades worker program. So the skilled trade worker program in Ontario has been suspended. Okay, so thousands of applicants have applied. We're in the process, just waiting to hear back from the government of Ontario. And then poof, I think it was the first week of November, they suspended this stream. So a lot of people have been affected. Imagine, let's say you sent in your application in January, early this year, January 2025, and you've been keeping your fingers crossed, hoping that maybe before the end of the year, you hear something back from the government of Ontario concerning the stream, and then you just hear it's been suspended, sorry, we'll give you your money back, we're going to do a refund. So that's what happened to this person who sent me an email. And they were so distraught, they didn't know what to do. Now, let's quickly talk about what happened, because it's really, really important. So what happened was that the government of Ontario realized, and maybe they're putting in more things in place to be able to detect fraud. But what the government of Ontario realized was that some of the applications that came through for the skilled trade worker program, they realized there was a lot of lies, a lot of fraudulent resumes, and they just found out that some of the application did not look right. So they did their due diligence and they're like, people are lying here. People are lying about their work experience. People are lying about their educational qualification. And because of that, they just suspended and put a halt to that stream. So everybody that had applied, they'll refund their money. Now, this is not good. So a lot of people have been affected. Now, what this tells me is that the government of Canada and provinces are becoming stricter with the application process. So just let that sink first. So this is what I want you to get out of this. So if you've been affected or you know somebody that's been affected, it's not the end of the world. But what you need to know is that moving forward, the government of Canada, provinces, when it comes to immigration, they are getting stricter. Very, very important. Now, so this person reached out to me, very distraught, and like, Biba, what am I going to do? My Canadian dreams are, it's like, is it over? And I said, no, there's good news. There's some good news. There's some light at the end of the tunnel. Because what happened is the same Immigration Canada, well, they're not the same as OIMP, but Immigration Canada came out and they have said that for next year, for 2026, the quota or the amount of people they want to bring, the amount of skilled workers they want to bring to Canada under the PNP, the Provincial Nomination Program, is going to increase. That quota, that number, is going to increase by 66%. That is a lot. Okay? So this year, 2025, the number for PNP that Canada wanted to bring in was 55,000. for next year is 66% more. That is 36,500 people more. It means Canada wants more skilled workers to come into the country next year under the provincial nomination program. So I told this person, I said, okay, so the federal skilled trade program under Ontario did not work. Yes, it's heartbreaking. Good that you're getting your money back. Yes, you can't get the time and effort you put back, but I like looking at things from a half full kind of, lens. So I said that happened. Let's dust your feet and let's move forward. And the good news is there's going to be more spots available in 2026 under the provincial nomination program. And I told this person, I said, the good thing about the provincial nomination program is that Canada has 10 provinces. So you don't just have to concentrate on Ontario. There are 10 other provinces. There's the Atlantic provinces. My family and I were in Atlantic Canada, we're in Nova Scotia for close to 6 years. And 99% of the immigrants we met in Nova Scotia relocated to Nova Scotia via the provincial nomination program. It is huge. Okay, look at the West, look at Alberta, look at BC, look at the prairies. So that is the good news today. If you are thinking of relocating to Canada in 2026, more spots up for grab, more spots are available. So something to definitely look forward to. Yes, early this year, was it late last year, Canada reduced the spots. But I've been saying this and I'm going to keep saying it. Canada needs skilled workers. I'm not just saying it because I have nothing else to say. I live in Canada and I can tell you skilled workers are needed. That is why they've given provinces more spots. 66% more spots available for 2026. Okay? But remember what I said about why Ontario closed its the skilled trade program. They noticed fraud. They noticed a lot of things were not going on right. Now, what that means is that provinces are going to start being really strict. What this means for you is that if you're thinking of applying, you have to make sure your application is legit, because if it's not, the likelihood of you being caught is really, really, really high. Because right now, everybody is looking. Okay, they've put AI systems in place. They've put more checks in place to make sure that people are not coming in using fraudulent means. People are not lying about their resumes or their educational qualifications or their bank statements. So this is really important. So good news at the end of the tunnel, something to look forward to for 2026. Just a few more weeks till the end of the year. But what I'm going to be discussing in the next couple of weeks is streams to look out for in 2026, how you can prepare yourself if you still want to come to Canada in 2026, because the beginning of this year started off really slow on the immigration front, but it's picking up. It's getting really, really exciting. So you want to keep watching this space, okay? If you have any questions for me, you can put them in the comment section or follow me on Instagram. You can send me a DM at Biba's Canadian Journey. But until next time, keep watching Biba's Canadian Journey. Take care.